coming out of college and going into the WNBA, we as WNBA players were having basketball conversations, and everybody just took it to another place where we were.
Caitlin Clark, fresh out of college and fresh on the scene, received the announcement of her Rookie of the Year award during practice in the middle of a playoff game with zero fanfare, no balloons, no press conference, no celebration, just a routine almost. Dismissive notification to say it was a cold reception would be an understatement. It was as though the league wanted to downplay her achievements, to strip away the excitement that should have surrounded such a monumental moment. Why?
I watched pretty much every single one of Caitlin's games early on because I am a fan. I do like good basketball, and of course I wanted to see how she would do.
Because Caitlin Clark wasn't just good, she was too good, and she was threatening to overshadow everything the WNBA had carefully built. I watched Caitlin Clark from the very beginning. As a fan of the game, I knew she had something special. Her talent was undeniable, her scoring ability was off the charts, and the way she carried herself on and off the court, confident, unapologetic, and fierce, was unlike anything we'd seen in the WNBA in years.
And it actually, we talked about this before, like the fan that went hard at Caitlin at the Connecticut Sun game in game one.
This wasn't just another player. Caitlin Clark was changing the narrative of women's basketball, drawing attention from all corners of the sports world. But what happened next was nothing short of a scandal. When subbed, one of the most respected voices in women's basketball, opened up on her podcast, she unknowingly set off a bombshell in what seemed like a casual conversation about basketball. Culture Bird exposed the WNBA's darkest secret, one that could shake the foundation of the entire league. This wasn't just about Caitlin Clark's talent. This was about something far deeper, darker, and far more sinister. It turns out that behind closed doors, the WNBA's leadership had crafted a plan to put Caitlin Clark in her place.
Where there was an interaction where the fan almost got ejected. It's like, none of this is okay, and we never accept it. We never accept it.
Yes, you heard that right. The league, desperate to maintain its carefully curated narrative of collective growth, felt threatened by Clark's explosive rise, and rather than celebrate her, they attempted to suppress her. The technical fouls, the racial undertones in the media, the blatant targeting of Clark's every move. It wasn't a coincidence. It was a deliberate strategy, a premeditated effort to break her down and keep her from stealing the spotlight. But why would they do this? Why would the WNBA's brass?
Is it okay in our league? Why is it, welcome to me?
Including Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, target one of the league's brightest stars because Caitlin Clark was doing something the WNBA couldn't control. She was taking the league mainstream. She was attracting fans from all over the country, driving up TV ratings and increasing ticket sales. In short, Caitlin Clark was the WNBA's golden ticket to relevance, and they couldn't handle it. It wasn't just the cold reception of her Rookie of the Year award that was troubling. It was the way she was being treated on the court.
This wasn't a surprise. And not just the comments that the committee.
Caitlin Clark, a player who had done more for the WNBA than any rookie in recent memory, was being hit with unfair officiating. Remember the moment she was given a technical foul for lightly hitting the backboard in frustration after missing a shot. The ref called it disrespectful to the game. Disrespectful, really? Meanwhile, WNBA legends like Diana Taurasi, who have committed far more egregious offenses on the court, rarely receive such treatment. This wasn't just bad officiating, it was a blatant attempt to single out Clark and put her in a box. But it wasn't just the refs, there was also the fan interaction during the Connecticut Sun game, where a fan went off on Clark and the league did nothing to protect her. Instead of supporting their rising star, they let the situation escalate, showing once again that Clark was being treated differently. Was it jealousy? Was it fear? Or was it something worse? Let's talk about the person at the heart of this mess.
A few weeks ago, where she basically implied that the racial tension is good for business and invoking magic. And
Cathy Engelbert, the WNBA Commissioner. Engelbert has long been hailed as a champion of diversity and inclusion, but her actions and her words tell a different story when she casually mentioned in an interview that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two players who had captured the nation's attention, could form the next big rivalry in the league.
Vision ratings, high attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league.
In a shocking twist, Sue Bird, one of the most respected veterans in the WNBA, made comments on her podcast that seemed to subtly undermine Caitlin Clark's incredible rookie season. Bird, who has built her legendary career on being a team player spoke about the collective effort that the WNBA's success hinges on. On the surface, these remarks seemed innocuous, but a deeper dive revealed a troubling undertone.
In her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximum.
Bird seemed to downplay the importance of individual performances, particularly Clark's Bird statement could have easily been seen as an attempt to embrace the team-oriented culture of the league, but many fans and analysts took it as a deliberate attempt to diminish the significance of Caitlin Clark's record-breaking achievements. Clark's rookie season was nothing short of extraordinary, as she not only made waves on the court, but also brought a level of excitement and attention to the league that had previously been absent.
It's not good for business. It's never good for business. And sort of sidestep the question about racism.
She shattered records, lit up the scoreboard, and captured the hearts of fans everywhere. So, why should such a standout performance be downplayed in favor of a broader, less exciting narrative of collective success? Bird's comments sent a clear message. Why celebrate one player when you can promote the narrative of collective growth while promoting teamwork and unity is important in any league? It becomes problematic when it stifles the recognition of a player who has brought an undeniable surge of popularity to the WNBA.
Misogyny and hate that the players are receiving online, basically saying, like, don't go on social media, or, it's sort of not.
Caitlin Clark wasn't just another player who happened to be part of the team. She was the player who transformed the league's visibility. Without her meteoric rise, the WNBA wouldn't be experiencing the heightened interest it currently enjoys. The rookie explosive style of play and larger-than-life persona brought in new fans, generated buzz across social media, and turned the spotlight on a league that had long been overshadowed by its male counterparts. Bird's comments only fueled the perception that WNBA leadership, including her own, was more focused on controlling the narrative.
They're humans, looking at technology, basketball.
Then on genuinely celebrating its stars instead of acknowledging Clark's contributions. The league seemed intent on keeping her spotlight dimmed.
More complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
This wasn't a singular issue caused by Bird alone. This appeared to be a larger systemic problem within the WNBA. The organization seemed more concerned with preserving the status quo and downplaying the significance of Clark's rise rather than capitalizing on the incredible energy and excitement she brought to the game. This became even clearer when looking at how Clark was treated by the league at the height of her breakout season. Instead of putting her front and center as the face of the league, they seemed almost reluctant to embrace her success.
Technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard, and he told me it was disrespectful to the game.
Bird's comments served as a reminder that the league's focus wasn't on celebrating the players who were driving the sport forward, but rather on preserving the old guard's dominance. Now let's step back and reflect on the irony of the WNBA's response to Caitlin Clark's rise. The league markets itself as a progressive institution.
College and going into the WNBA, we as WNBA players were having basketball conversations, and everybody just took it to another place where we were attacking them as.
For diversity, inclusion, and empowerment, the WNBA has built its identity on being an inclusive space for women's sports, a champion for athletes of all backgrounds. But the treatment of Caitlin Clark, especially in light of Bird's comments, raises questions about how far that inclusivity truly stretches instead of fostering an environment that celebrates young talent like Clark.
I want to reset, that we want to reset. And it's the language being used around fans. Fever fans, Caitlin fans.
The league appeared more concerned with maintaining control over the narrative and protecting its existing structure. It is baffling why the WNBA, which desperately needs fresh talent and excitement to grow, would go out of its way to suppress a player who is carrying the league to new heights. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a breath of fresh air. She was the gust of wind that could propel the WNBA into a new era of relevance and popularity. And yet, despite all her accomplishments, Clark was met with resistance at every turn. The league failed to fully embrace her rise, even when it was clear that her success was exactly what the WNBA needed. It was as though they were trying to keep her in check.
New fans, that actually has to go. That has to go. I understand why at times it's been used. It's kind of just when you're in an interview and you get asked.
As if her meteoric ascent was somehow a threat to the established order. This not only stifled her potential, but also prevented the league from truly capitalizing on the wave of excitement she generated.
And it's kind of easy to go, oh, the FIFA fan base.
Yeah,
what
do you mean by that? That has to go.
Oh, these new fans. It has to go because it's not the FIFA fans. It's not.
To make matters worse, Clark and her peer Angel Ree both became the targets of racist and sexist attacks both online and at games. Rather than addressing these issues, heed-in the WNBA under Kathy Engelbert's leadership chose to exploit the rivalry between the two players as a marketing tool by framing their interactions as the next great rivalry in women's sports. The league only served to amplify existing tensions, further dividing fans and fueling animosity between two of the brightest stars in the game.
No more apathy. Everybody cares. It is a little that Bird Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college.
Instead of fostering a supportive and inclusive environment, the WNBA seemed more interested in sensationalizing controversy for the sake of headlines. In doing so, they forgot the most basic rule of sports: it's about the players.